trying to rig y'all up. To bring you with me. So we're here at Highway 6 in Cairnway. This is the edge of Addicks Reservoir right now. I'd say about 2 miles north of the reservoir. And you can only assume all points south are flooded. That red light was where I was the other day when I went to the reservoir. You go to that red light, take a left. Never seen this. It's hard to hold it steady when it's zoomed that far.
It's a subdivision. The subdivision that I live in. And back there, it's all flooded. Because they always
I can't zoom it, but that's Clay Road right up there. Sorry, I hit the off button, the power button, when I was pulling my phone down. That's Clay Road at that red light right there. And as far back as I can zoom, I mean, I'm seeing the tops of road signs way back there. I can see a pretty good way with my zoom on my camera. It's gone. The road's gone. Everybody's coming up to see. Again, historic event. That's still one of the surprising things is how many sightseers I'm finding. There's a lot of people sightseeing. All right, so that answers that question. Now my question is what's it going to take to get out of here? But you know what? The fact that these people are all stuck in a single turning lane just really doesn't make much sense because the road is non-functional. And I know this is probably going to be an unpopular thing to do, but I'm going to not care. Because again, we have a non-functional road. Sue me if I'm not following functional traffic rules on a non-functional road. Okay. The problem with sightseers is they're busy sightseeing, not getting down the road. Yeah, the problem was you were in my pocket. I haven't gone towards your job yet. I'm heading that direction now. Rain's starting to pick up again a little. But again, Highway 6 is definitely movable. Got Floridians here. That's interesting. I keep surprising myself by finding a bunch of foreign license plates. Whataburger, at least this one on Highway 6, is not open, and if it's not open, I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't find any Whataburgers open. I think whenever I got lucky the other night, that just so happened to be that they were stuck there. And they said, well, actually I have the conversation on my video camera. They said, well, we're stuck here, so we might as well make burgers. That is just amazing. If you look at that side over there, I mean, there's no bank left on the far side. It's just the field. If you look at this side over here, there's not much bank left, and it's going to be in the road. It still has probably a good 2 to 3 feet before that happens, but like I said, everything's going to fill up this direction first, downhill. Everything's going to fill up south and east of us. And it'll move northwest of us as it starts to flood in, if it should get this far. But as you can see, there's a lot of room between me, where I live at, and where this creek is. And I don't think that the top end of the creek is going to overflow before the bottom end of this creek will, because it's going to overflow because it's backing up into that reservoir. So we should be fine. I'll look if I can find a store open that doesn't have a 5-mile long line. I'm hoping that I can get up there and I'll find Kroger's open, which will probably be a nightmare. And it is definitely chillier out here. Feels like a fall day. Might be able to stop at one of these convenience stores and find milk. It looks like most of these little convenience stores are open. Back over here is doing good. I mean, I'm not seeing any floodwaters. I'm not seeing anything that looks, really horrible. basically I'm coming up back over here by my house. And I'm, for all intents and purposes, going to be driving my evacuation route to my evacuation point. And I want to do that so Bobby and Rachel and all y'all can relax. You can see that we're safe. We got a place to go in case we need to. We are on an island, but I got a very good place for us to evacuate to if it comes to it. They're at Barker, Cypress, and West Little York. I'm gonna head down now. I'm gonna head north. I'm gonna head at least up to my evacuation point and make sure the road's clear. I don't have any reason to think it's not. Rain's picking up yet again. Now we're back at Dinner Creek. So we're back at my neighborhood right here. I have to cross this creek and this creek right up here. And I think another big ditch and one other creek. And then I'll be at my evacuation point. Yeah, I'm seeing most of the convenience stores over here are open. I don't know how bad they're getting hit as far as people raiding the shelves. But most of these convenience stores and gas stations appear to be open. Now that, time-wise, where the Exxon station, it looks closed. Kroger looks open. Yeah, Kroger's open. Planet Fitness is still not open, so I guess I'll have to wait another day. But that's all right. LA Fitness is closed too, so they ain't none of them getting ahead. Seeing quite a bit of traffic coming down from the north on Barker Cypress, so probably the road is fairly open. I can't believe it as flooded out as it was yesterday, but it might be open. I'm seeing a lot of cars coming down. This isn't even a creek, it's just a big canal, a ditch that they dug. It serves as a moat. And it usually actually is pretty telling. This thing's almost always very empty. And even right now with all the other creeks, you can see there's a lot of room in that thing. A whole lot of room in there. And no real threat, so that's good. Again, I'm driving my evac route. This is actually the area that got hit by the tornado the other day coming up. Right up here's where the tornado went through the other day. It came here through here diagonally, coming from my back right, heading towards up to my left. So there's a lot of damage from the tornado off to the left over here. Got flagpoles kicked over at the bank. There's still quite a few people on the streets. They have Longenbaugh closed off at Barker Cypress for high water, but actually the water's receded. I saw it yesterday and it was impassable. It's now receded. Again, I feel bad for the people that are downriver, because that's why all this is receding. All this is receding because they're releasing more and more water. So now you can see all that damage from that tornado the other day. I mean, pretty nasty damage. But this is my evac point right here. I've already made it. It's not that far. We've got the Berry Center here. We've got the community college right there. Big brick buildings, supplies, everything that we need. The same with the school up here. Got rescue coming around with a boat. It looks already like there's more traffic up ahead than what there was. Yeah, for all that traffic, they must be getting through. We're right down the road from your work, Mom. You can see all this is open so far. But right up here at Town Lake is where I was bogging down yesterday. And this made getting to 290 impassable. Two times I tried to come down this way yesterday. Both times I didn't get very much farther than this and it became impassable. So I'm curious to see where we're at now. But as I talked about us being on an island, I'm almost at my northernmost point. You got these big retention ponds, they're still holding. This is Horsepen Creek. Yesterday, dragging the bottom of the bridge. It's still dragging the bottom of the bridge. It's not any better. It's dumping off back into a dog park off to my right and filling up the backyards of all these houses back here. This is where it was all flooded out yesterday. Town Lake was literally draining into the road. For whatever reason, this is now all clear. Let's take a look. I'm going to go ahead and pull into here. All this is now cleared up. This is all looking really good right now. What time is it? It's 8:09. And we've got an open Kroger. We've got a pretty full parking lot. Looks like one of them cement ponds. As you can see, we got a Kroger that's open. We got a lot of water. Oh, we got a lot of water. I'm sure this is Town Lake is backed up into here. Now this doesn't have anything to do with it. It's got to go through the sewer system. It's already taxed. But I can get you here, Ma. So you got Town Lake going back up this way. All of this was inundated yesterday. This is where I was driving on the wrong side of the road and watching the lake just drain into the road. I'm about a quarter mile to the north of my evac point. So again, this is not something that's going to cause me a problem. Now we're getting to where the problem is. Right back up here at Town Lake. And here we see we have more of an issue of the same. There's Boardwalk at Town Lake. It is the left hand, the southbound lanes are gone for part of it. They dammed at least part of it off. This is not pouring through as bad anymore. Neither one of these Neither one of those are coming about as bad, but you can see that's out of its banks. Now I got a car that's stalled here, facing the wrong direction. Let's see what's going on here. There's nobody in it. Nobody's in it. And I think I'm going about as far as I need to go because I can hear my wife slapping me in the head now. I'm going to get it up to here, then I'm going to have to turn it around. I got cars coming behind me, so I'm fine here. I'm not even, the road, the water's not even in the curb. Yeah, this is going to be single file area right up here. I think, I could be wrong, but I think I am probably, wow, that's a current. That is a literal current. My goodness, look at these neighborhoods. Don't freak out, baby. See, the water's not that deep where I'm at. I think I could maybe get us close to 290. Not that we need to go there. Y'all need to get on this side. Get on this side. What's wrong with you people driving down there? You're going to stall out. This was where I think we were trying to get to yesterday. Riata Ranch, which we could not have gotten to. This is Barker Cypress. Everybody's turning back around. It is a complete nightmare up ahead. I'm going no farther. I do want to see if I can't get a shot of it though. It is, maybe I can get a load of this. As far up as you can see, it is inundated with water. There's nobody going nowhere. That big drop off right before the freeway is at the freeway. That bridge over there goes over the top of the freeway, and it dips down, so nobody's getting anywhere from that direction. So I can stabilize here. It looks like we got cars that are loaded down in there. Looks like the entire feeder. I've seen nobody come over that bridge. You're not going anywhere once you get down to that bridge. I don't even understand why those people are pushing down that far. It makes no sense. There's nowhere to go once you get there. That feeder is completely inundated. There are people trying to come back and they're not even able to do that. Those cars right there on the right-hand side are facing the wrong lane. They're facing the wrong direction. And people are still heading down there. I don't understand what they're trying to do. Now I'm going to circle back around and go back up again. But you can see I could almost make it to 290, but it wouldn't do me any good. It's not where I need to go. and not what I would try to do. Right now, like I said, I would hit that evac point. The devastation over here is just, I mean, look at that neighborhood. Guys, look at this neighborhood. It's up to their wheels. They're still holding firm in most of the houses, but most of these houses are going to be flooded through. That is not a street. That is the side of the road. This is at the corner of Barker Cypress and Riata Ranch. Looks like the south side is not doing too bad, but the north side is washed out. Look at this current. You can see the cars up ahead of me are just crawling. Look. It's all pouring out of the back of those fences, which means the back of those yards might be flooded out. Those houses are still doing pretty good, but they're in something of a lake. I gotta back up and let these people come on through. I'm going to make some people behind me very angry, but I'm going to let these guys come up through here since it is their road. Look at the current in the street right now, and it's just pouring out of here. This is definitely the kind of situation that people like me doing sightseeing shouldn't be out here on the road for. So, full disclosure, I'm aware. That side of the road's clear, but I know right up ahead it's not. I don't know if I want to jump over yet or not. No, I see him cutting back, so I'm going to stay here. But anyways, Mom, as you can see, as long as you're coming from the south side, you can hit your job. As long as you're coming from parts east and parts west, you can hit your job, but you cannot get there if you're coming from the north and 290. So unless you got a way to come up Highway 6, something along those lines, I don't see where anybody's getting anywhere. Okay, so I pretty much checked my 3 points of the compass I need to worry about. going to go up and I'm going to see if I can see how close I can get to the Addicks on Barker, and then I'm going to hop up to Greenhouse and see how close I can get to Addicks on Greenhouse. All three of those roads are pretty much the way that I would have to get to I-10. Addicks Reservoir is in between me and I-10, and everything's pretty much it's pretty much closed off now. So I'm gonna head up there and see what I can find. And so far, unfortunately, I've passed no open Whataburgers. I repeat, state of emergency, there are no open Whataburgers. And personally, I think somebody ought to be fired for it. Emergencies. Not coming this way. This road's just as clear as it can get. There ain't hardly any. I can't believe it's Tuesday. First of all, I can't believe it's Tuesday. Our days are running together. It's just been worry, 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 sleep, worry, worry, sleep sometime, worry some more, and then sleep some more, and then worry some more. And somewhere in there, days have passed by. Green greenhouse first. Ooh, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, my bad. I thought you were on the other lane, dude. I thought I had a specific lane for me to pull out into. Thank you. Anyways. Oh my. Got the engines running out. Two roads up from here and off to the south, they were doing they were rescuing two boys that had gotten flipped out of a boat. They were stuck up in a tree. They said they're 12 foot up off the ground probably. That's how high the water is over there. So north and to the south, or west and south of me, from the direction I'm heading now, back into Katy is pretty bad. But all those areas to the left, to the south, and to the west of us, that's where all of the hurricane was to begin with. So that was the first areas to start flooding. One of the first areas actually was at South Maid Creek. And that feeds into the Addicks Reservoir. That road, whenever that flooded over, hey, there's a California plate. When that flooded over, it pretty much cut us off completely from getting to 290. I mean, from to getting down to I-10. That hasn't been any different since I want to say Friday afternoon. I think it was Friday afternoon when that got cut off. The last time, I think it was tax day, when we had the tax day floods. That thing was underwater over there for somewhere between 6 and 8 weeks before the waters finally receded enough. Not looking bad. Michael Woodson, my goodness, long time no see. Here I have Dinner Creek right up here. This is north of us. This is upstream from us. And it is good and far below the banks. It's actually really good below the banks. So that actually gives me a little bit of comfort. Although it really wouldn't matter. It's not like if it fled from the top and come down. But it does give me an idea that the volume might be lessening coming down river. If I had to guess, I'm only going to be able to go about another 4 red lights this way before I'm going to get cut off. this. Can you believe this is a school with a pool? Look at the size of this thing. Can't tell if that's a school or a reform school. It's like a prison. They probably operate close to being about the same too. Okay, here we got Bear Creek. Bear Creek is another big one. See, they're right up under it. Oh, but I didn't like the way I just saw that. This is the problem, one of the problems that I'm seeing with these creeks. I'm going to turn back around because I want to see that again. This is one of the problems I'm seeing with the creeks. It is the fact that they are starting to get eaten. The banks are getting eaten up. Once the banks start to get eaten up, then you're only going to be too long before you have a failure. This looks like an entire chunk of the bank has been torn out. Look at that. That looks like an entire chunk of the bank, of the creek bed has been torn out. Other video cam for a second here. Traffic coming. Look at that riverbank. Look at that creek bed. This is Bear Creek at Greenhouse. Bear Creek at Greenhouse. Think of them apples. All of that is directly feeding into Addicks Reservoir and flooding that down. You know, I'm out of coffee, which makes me want to quit right now. No coffee, no work. Guessing this is just a ditch, one of those moat canals, because it's got no name on it, which usually that means it's just a dug canal. And look at that. It's one of the weirdest things whenever you drive by and you see everything else is flooded out, when you drive by one of these things and it's bone dry almost. This is still just only slightly higher than most of our creeks are normally. I don't think I'm going to get a whole lot farther than this road right here. This is pretty much, this is Clay Road. If I take Clay down south, or if I take Clay to the left of me and I head east, that'll be back over where I was at a little while ago and it was completely inundated. Clay Road is gone. Clay Road is completely underwater if you go about a mile to the south, to the east of me. I don't think I'm going to get much farther. flashing lights down there, but it's just stoplights. It doesn't look like anybody's being made to turn around. Up on Morton. People are coming through, so this could be a good sign. It's y'all turn. I don't think I was able to get this far the other day. Oh, well, we got a barricade there. Yep, this is where I was made to turn around the other day. Is that water in the road up there? Oh, that's... Yep, that's water covering the road up there. Yep, this is it. That was it. Alright. I gotta do this for my other one. This is as close as I can go to I-10 coming up Greenhouse. This is Greenhouse, right past Morton, heading south. And this is this extent of the reservoir heading up this way. And it appears to be flooded all the way down. If I can stabilize it. It is a nightmare. Wow. It's very strange, but for a lot of us, it's pretty much been sit back and watch a hurricane roll in and pop some popcorn. We haven't lost power. And in many ways, we haven't really been that inconvenienced by anything, to be honest. It's been pretty good. The next couple of days will be pretty trying. Doesn't matter if we have power, if we have no food. It doesn't matter if the stores are open, if we can't get trucks to them to supply everybody. So that could be a problem. But for the most part, it's been one of the strangest hurricanes I've ever been through. Jimmy Strong, this is, I'm on the west-northwest side of Houston. If you keep seeing on the news about the Addicks Reservoir and the Barker Reservoir, basically I'm checking out the extremities of the reservoir. It's about 2 miles to the south and to the east of where I live at. So we have to keep monitoring the levels to find out when we need to get out of our house. So far, everything's been pretty good. The water's pushed back far enough that it's been okay. We have they're doing releases from the ponds, controlled releases basically, to keep them from collapsing, and that's alleviated a lot of the pressure on us up here. For all intents and purposes, it seems like I'm on about a 5-mile by 4-mile wide island, and all access to and out of this area is pretty much cut off by water. It's an island, but it's a big island. Now I'm coming back up to Barker Cypress right now. I'm going to take one more look to the right, heading south, back again towards Addicks. I'm not expecting to be able to get through. In fact, they're cutting them off way up here. So, if you can gauge how far up greenhouse I drove, then you can see they're going to still try and do it. These people are still going to sit over here and try and do this. They're insane. They've lost their mind. Alright, I'm going to come over here, park, and turn around. I want to get out and take some film. As you can see, it's starting to rain again. Then it's been on and off and on and off and hard and soft. It's been good, it's been bad. Here, I can kind of park y'all up there for a second. I'm going to get out and take some film to edit for my YouTube channel. I've never done this Facebook Live thing. Yep, still on either side of this grade. Well, that was fun. Yeah, Abby, that is very true. It's like praying for the hurricane not to hit you is by its very nature praying for the hurricane to hit somebody else. Oh, delay. You can sit there as long as you want. I just want to go around. Gracias. Okay, well, I've tested my extremities. So, I can feel my wife strangling me through the phone. I'm going to head home now. Oh, Groshki. That's where we're at. Groshki. Oh, my goodness. Get coffee going because it's freaking cold. Oh, I'm sitting here just at a red light that's flashing. You want me to keep feeding, or you want me to go ahead and cut it? I don't care. I'll cut it if you. I'll keep feeding if you want me to. I love you too. I'll see you back at the house soon.